Hey, you had a really good year last year. Tremendous effort for you last year. How do you try to duplicate that, or maybe even get better this year?
Just kind of pick up where I left off last year. Been working on just regular punts, not really rugby and rolling out. So I feel better about that. But at the end of the day, my job is just to pin the ball down there and give the defense the best yards possible.
Is that a different style than you punted last year?
Yes, sir. Last year I did a little bit of both, rugby and pro style. But this summer I've been working a lot of pro style.
What led you to the decision to maybe change that? And is rugby something that you'll keep in the back pocket for a certain
Yeah,
situation?
I mean, we're going to keep both and work on both. It's just more of a, if we need to do it, we need to get better at it. So that's why I was working on it.
What led you to decide that you wanted to change and be a little bit more traditional in the punting style?
I feel like everyone kind of knows in the conference how to scheme up the rugby now that I've been here for 2-3 years. So, throwing something out there is something new could throw them off.
And how, in terms of your success, how much of that goes into hang time versus distance versus trying to pin somebody in with a coffin corner, depending on where you're at on the field?
It just depends where I'm out in the field. Really just trying to hit it as high and far as possible. Just kind of treat it like I'm playing golf and just hitting a wedge or something.
So far, kicking game, in your opinion, here these first 2 weeks of practice, how's that gone for you?
It's going good. Confidence is really through the roof right now. Still the goal is just to be 100% every time, every kick.
You guys are going to be in a different scenario now. You guys are kind of moving into afternoons. You've got night practices coming up. How does that kind of change the intensity when you flip around and you're going at night like you will be this weekend?
Don't have to wake up as early, so that's always good. But I just always go into every practice thinking this is a game-winning kick. My teammates need me to make this here, so it's always 100%. That's always what my mind is on, is being 100%.
And how does the mood change around campus? We got students moving in now. There's a buzz around the entire city that the school year is about to start, and hopefully a lot of your classmates are going to be fans of this team here this fall. So what's that been like as you guys welcome the rest of the student population to campus?
It's been good. Just seeing new faces around campus is always good. New Hornet fans, trying to get everybody out to the game as much as possible every Saturday or Thursday night, I guess. But yeah, it's been good seeing a lot of new faces, seeing a lot of new Hornet fans. So.
Hell yeah.
Well, Coach, special teams so far, first couple weeks of practice, how much time do you get with special teams? What part of the practice plan is allotted to them, and how much do you like what you've seen so far?
I love what I've seen so far. And then kind of just depending on what's going on from a whole team standpoint, kind of depends on what we're getting today. And so, we'll steal 5 minutes here, steal 5 minutes there. But those two guys are awesome about coming in just during the day, and everybody's getting on the same page. So they're very proactive in that standpoint.
What have you guys been working on in terms of the return game to give yourself those explosive plays to shorten up the field a little bit for BG?
Yeah, we've been working a lot of good competition, trying to get those returners uncomfortable to see who is truly the man back there, who can handle the pressure. So that was step one, and then two is just a day or a week by week deal, trying to figure out where we're going to be explosive at.
And then you talk about the pressure a little bit. Not going to be a game situation, but lights are going to be on for a couple practices coming up. Going to be a little bit of an atmosphere. You've got Monday Night Football. You've got Booster Night coming up. So how do you hope the guys respond to that pressure, having a few extra people here at practice?
Yeah, that's always a tall test. The lights come on, and seeing the ball under the lights is a little different from a return game, and making sure everybody shows up when they're supposed to. They don't forget to be that I'm on this special teams because whoever's in the stands that day. So.
Let's just talk about special teams. What's your approach to special teams, and what do you want them to provide this team as a whole as you guys make a game plan?
Yeah, well, the importance of special teams, number one is it's just like the offensive unit and defensive unit, and everybody, the guys that are on that have to take pride in that fact. Second thing is that's a way for players to also get a role on this football team, and a lot of our players right now, a lot of our difference maker players are guys that started out on special teams. And then, we got to be able to execute. We also got to get I'm a big believer in getting your best players on punt. We got good specialists. We return punter, return our kicker, All-American punter. He can flip the field. And special teams, like Bill Parcells says, is hidden yardage, and it's vitally important.
You mentioned to the guys after practice, and it's no secret, everybody's moving in, atmosphere around town. It's just different this time of year when the students are coming back to Emporia State, and I know you're hoping probably there's going to be some new traditions and new Hornet fans that are going to be made here these first few weeks. What's the atmosphere like for you and your team as you see all these new faces on campus?
Well, it gets exciting because we're getting closer to game time, and it's a twofold. You're excited because students are getting back on campus and the campus starts buzzing. Second thing is, like I told the players, we're not the only ones here anymore. It's like we were in our own training camp, NFL training camp for the first 6-7 days. Well, then there's other teams start getting here, and now there's students getting here. So we got to realize that that we're not the only ones, and we have to respect everybody and understand that in the cafeteria, please and thank you goes a long way. Represent the football program the right way. But it is exciting. We're getting ready for, the first day of school. We have Monday Night Football to get some of our students here. And it's so important to get students in the stands for not only our first home opener, but every Saturday to follow. And, we only have 5 home games this year, so let's go home on the away games. If anybody's got to go home and see the parents, this is college, so we're the road when you leave home leads away from home. Let's go away from home, right? It's not always coming back. So let's get in the stands, and our players want that. They want that, So it's an exciting time, and I know they're looking forward to it.
Well, you mentioned some night practice coming up. Your last practice scheduled for being in the morning. You've got booster night coming up this weekend, so you're going to have a couple of opportunities to go underneath the lights here. How do you hope that your guys make that adjustment?
Well, it's kind of like you make a halftime adjustment. You got to be prepared, and you got to understand that schedule. Football players, football coaches, we're all creatures of habit. Anytime the schedule changes, then it becomes a little bit different. So you got to make sure. I'm a big believer too, and making sure our guys, in the TVs in our locker room, it goes over the next 3 days itinerary. In the back, we're sending out huddle texts. Communication's vitally important when you got 117 players. You got 117 guys. Half these, they laugh at me because I got so many email messages I haven't checked yet. So that's just kind of the mantra, I guess, of football players and coaches. But anyway, the schedule change, we're going to have to adjust to it. But we play, our first 2 games are at night, so we got to get ready to work catching punts, catching balls, things like that underneath the lights. Plus, it's going to be really hot this weekend as well.